This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
All right, now winning a free cruise sounds like a great deal, right? But this Minnesota dude, I'm going to need PC2 for this one, John, who won a free cruise, ended up owing $47,000
Yeah, I saw that.
to Norwegian Cruise for getting treated on board over 3 days for the flu. So here's Mike Cameron. I don't think he's related to Kirk Cameron, who is now
hope not.
turned into some sort of weird prophet or so he thinks, and his girlfriend. Talking about the ordeal.
I mean, I really don't know how I'm going to ever pay him off. I'm going to have to, but I don't know how. To turn around the day we're leaving and get handed a $47,000 bill, I just didn't even know what to do. And everybody in the medical ward kept saying, don't worry, you have $20,000 coverage. You'll be just fine.
Well, the traveler's insurance doesn't want to pay it until we run it by our health insurance. The health insurance doesn't want to pay it because it's abroad.
Oh, no.
A broad. How dare you bring a broad into this?
Hey, look at this broad.
What'd she do to you?
Hey. Yeah. How about that Minnesota accent?
Hey, what? 47,000?
Yeah.
And he is that an airlift? Is that a helicopter?
No.
He stayed on the ship.
He visited the ship's medical center for treatment.
Something seems miscalculated.
Now,
An IV for you, 2 for me.
they didn't let us leave the port until you paid your balance. When you're leaving the ship, they're like,
I never thought of that. Interesting.
I'm surprised they let him out of there. Yeah, so he recovered after 3 days, but soon learned the treatment cost $47,000.
Who do you think you are, GHC? How dare you? No, I'm kidding.
The cruise line charged the 2 credit cards on file, maxing out each of them. He still owes $21,000.
Wow.
The couple bought travel insurance from Norwegian that covered medical expenses up to $20,000, but they have not had any luck filing a claim.
Yeah.
Norwegian Cruises says that it's closely comparable to other cruise lines and what they believe to be fair and reasonable pricing. Okay. I don't.
1-855 Nicolay.
That seems like a lot of money.
Seems like a lot of shenanigans.
But also, how bad was your flu?
Well, right. I mean, sure. I mean, how? I mean, what can they do on a cruise? I don't even know. Do they do surgery? Like your appendix has to come out, or
I don't think so.
Or do you get airlifted off of there?
Well, I would think, don't you get to port and then they'd ship you off? Like, have someone come grab you on a stretcher and take you away, never to be heard from again.
How far is the hospital? Well, it's not a hospital. It's a guy. We know a guy, and he's on the other side of the island. We'll have you over there in about 3 days.
It's a shack, but it's covered with your $20,000 insurance.
It's in a tree. It's actually in a tree. But he's very good. We haven't lost a guy yet. That's clearly fraud of some kind. They're going to have to the paperwork and that's going to be a nightmare. 47,000.
That's crazy.
Holy crap! He should tell him he's going to come on and gamble on the cruise ship, and they can make it back that way. They'd be glad to have him come back.
Well, and then so your 2 cards are maxed out, so that's 25% interest. Oh,
well, how did he get off the ship? Did I miss that? How did he get off the ship?
They let him off the ship. They maxed out his 2 cards that were on there, and he still owes $20,000.
We're going to keep your young, and hey, Timmy, come with us. We're going to put you into brig.
Yeah, I'm surprised they let him off with his girlfriend.
Daddy comes back.
They're like, nah, we're keeping her. Figure out how to get us that $21,000.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Well, what's the itemized The bill.
We don't have the itemized bill presented to us.
All right. Well, that would help.
I would assume they gave him some like anti-nausea medication, something for dehydration. They probably had him on, like IVs or whatever.
I just thought that the insurance, the $20,000 insurance would like cover them sewing a leg back on. What do you need $47,000 for?
Well, and then what's really crappy is if they were asking the staff there, like, hey, what's up with the billing? And the staff was like, it's fine, you're covered. That's really bad.
And I thought, insurance, I'll have to ask Christy, but I thought we get the medical when we cruise, or at least we got it on the one coming up, but I thought it was like $250,000. I thought it was like a huge policy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
that's not going to cover much. It doesn't look like. Jesus Christ! You going for the flu and it's $47,000.
You want to up your medical to $500,000? Why? Well, a quarter will get you about a quarter of the way. Well,
Jesus,
that's about all you're going to get.
Doesn't that seem?
We'll get the fever down for a quarter, and then we'll try to cure you with $500,000. That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do that and expect the people to pay that because we're all broke.
We broke $47,000 3 days, so that's about $15,000 a day.
Yeah,
to stay in the
$15,000 a day. Were there strippers and blackjack in the medical?
Right.
Hey, we have bottle service here in the brig, or here in the medical unit.
Holy smokes.
We can get you a bottle of Stoli for $1,000.
That just seems extreme, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're missing some information. That's all.
How is it?
Well, you're gonna have to get a lawyer. First thing you're gonna have to do.
Oh yeah, lawyer up, dude.
Yeah, and then just put it in his hands. And then I might countersue if there was some blatant fraud or
It's bad. Okay, hold on. Well, you can submit your claims to health insurance later. Cruise ships typically do not directly accept health insurance plans. Even simple medical procedures on a cruise can result in a substantial bill.
No kidding. So I'm gonna up our insurance to $6 million.
Yeah.
In case I get something in my eye and we have to take a toothpick and get it out.
He probably should have just stayed in his damn room.
Yeah, just ride it out, man. It's why I travel with, look what's in my briefcase. I have various creams.
Yeah.
And I have I cruise. I take my A&D ointment. I take some dental floss. I have some Workman's Relief. So
here it said this other person was in the sick bay for 2 days getting IVs, antibiotics, and insulin, and it was $23,000. 3 day stay in the cruise infirmary cost this one $30,000.
Well, wouldn't you think that if like that one last week where 90 people or 100 people got norovirus?
Yeah.
Don't you think that'd be on the cruise ship, wouldn't it? You had a bad green bean or something.
Right, yeah. Well, neurovirus, wash your damn hands.
No. Flu treatment for $47,000. Yeah.
Holy.
That's neat. And what are you going to do? I mean, you're delirious. You're 102 degrees.
Yeah.
Help me. Sign here.
Right. they were asking, and the staff seemed to be like, it's fine. Everything's fine. No, it's going to be okay.
And
look, it was not okay.
But, again, the negative publicity is worse than getting $47,000. It always is.
It ain't going to stop anyone from cruising.
Well, right.
So.
Well, they should put that in a brochure. And I wonder if they would be upfront about that if you actually called a representative.
Don't be a pussy. Stay in your room.
See, I'm very susceptible to urinary tract infections and rashes. You have ballpark me on a rash.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Get out of here. Wow.
Crazy.
That's depressing.
Yeah, it's just a screw job all around.
Yeah, it's like
Well, the most depressing thing was he won the goddamn cruise.
I remember we were in Cook City, Montana, on the bike, and a couple of years ago, and Christy burned her finger on her curling iron down at the cabin. And you wonder how we pack light on our Harley. And I had to run into town and go get some burn ointment.
Yeah.
And there's one little general store, Cook City. It's up in the mountain. It's like ridiculous. It's $32 for a 2-ounce.
Yeah.
Like what? You have to pack that in with a mule? What are you talking? What are we doing here?
Supply and demand, baby.
Supply and demand, baby. I'm like, okay.
That's right.
Whew.
Where else you gonna go to get burn ointment?
I'm still paying off that 2-ounce ointment.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
You can learn a lot listening to podcasts.
And only 3 countries in the world don't use the metric system?
Or you can listen to this one.
I can't remember where I went Friday. Oh, my God.
Oh my God, what did I do on Friday? I gotta check my calendar.
If anybody saw me Friday, call.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast.
I literally have no idea where I was Friday.
Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's pretty cool. Okay, do you remember when murder hornets were all the rage?
Yeah, there's a little scuttlebutt, a little panic in the country. Everybody bought. We went to Costco and bought 300 cans of Raid on a pallet and hunkered down.
It's not quite what happened.
I didn't leave the house for a week.
Well, it was like 2019, 2020. So, like, remember we were hit with, like, everything, like COVID.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. It was like a whole...
Hysterical.
Right. It was like the apocalypse. Okay. So, murder hornet first spotted in North America, 2019. Entomologists were abuzz with worry. They sprang into action to eradicate the invasive species 5 years later, and after 4 nests were successfully destroyed, officials have declared a rare victory.
Oh, really?
Against the murder hornets. Yeah.
God.
Apparently, they have been completely exterminated from United States soil. So, if you've been worried about murder hornets, worry no more.
So we murdered the murder hornets.
Yeah.
Wow, we are special.
We reverse Uno'd them.
We reverse what?
Uno'd. Reverse card.
That's funny.
I got to tell you, as an entomologist, I've been doing this for 25 years now, and it was a rare day when humans actually get to win one against the insects. That's what Sven Svinkvisa said.
Svinkvisa.
He's a pest program manager. The murder hornet, more formally known as a northern giant hornet, or the Vespa mandarinia, originally from northern parts of Asia. It's the largest member of the wasp family. It's 2 inches in length. Yeah.
See that thing land on your arm.
Effing huge.
Oh.
Their stingers deliver as much venom as a snake or 7 times that of a honeybee.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Talk about a $47,000 cruise ship charge.
Right. So that makes the stings excruciating.
Yeah.
Excruciating. One victim described the pain as like having red-hot thumbtacks being driven into my flesh. It also makes them deadly. Hornets can cause an estimated 30 to 50 human deaths each year in Japan.
Jesus.
Not all of them due to venom allergy. Moreover, giant hornets known for their grisly methods for bee murder. Beekeepers have found their hives filled with bee carcasses, the heads ripped off of their bodies. They can wipe out an entire bee colony within a couple hours.
No kidding.
Asian bees have evolved alongside these predators. They've developed a way of dealing with their threats. They will swarm onto the hornets and beat their wings until they cook them alive.
This story gets worse and worse.
Isn't that crazy? Bee-induced temperatures have been measured to reach 115 degrees Fahrenheit. They just cook the sucker alive.
Wow.
Just by beating them with their wings.
That's amazing.
That's so cool. But our little bees here, they haven't figured that out yet because they haven't had to adapt, right?
Mm-hmm.
But don't worry, we've killed the murder hornet. We're fine. So if you've been worried about murder hornet, worry no more. First sighting was in Washington. I'll never forget it. But we're fine. We won. We freaking won.
Yeah.
Take the victory,
where
dude.
was the last one at? Was it like in Texas or something? Or were they down south? Or they were coming up in a banana crate or something, weren't they?
In October, officials received a tip of a giant hornet sighting 100 miles away from the original nest site, but they found no evidence confirming the report. But to be safe, officials set up traps in the area, planning to continue the effort through next year. Yeah, so no, they weren't that far down. But they say, another wayward insect might find its way into the U.S. shores again, but we will be vigilant.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now if we just get rid of mosquitoes, that'd be kind of cool.
But don't we need mosquitoes, to feed, bats and stuff? And...
I just want to, just kind of blow them over to the neighbor's patio instead of mine is all. I don't want to eliminate them. I guess a big fan would do the job.
Yeah, big fans. Again, solving.
Yeah.
Solving all the problems. Big fans.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah, for sure. I was like, hey, y'all, we got a victory.
I forgot I was even supposed to be worried about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to put the word murder in front of anything and
a murder goat.
Mobilize the troops. And we're all going to die. We all tend to get a little excited. I mean, how many were really here?
Well, there were 4 nests.
Yeah.
And when you talk about taking out the bees, that's not good.
Yeah.
We're worried about the bee population anyway.
I'm just saying when it was one nest, it was like they blew it up into, the media, of course, makes a deal out of it.
I think, too, because they were big.
Yeah, right.
And those are scary.
Yeah. What's that movie with the giant ants that got next to the radiation plant? That movie back, Them. Watch a movie called Them. They got radiated, and they turned into 10-foot tall ants.
Yeah.
And chopping heads off and stuff. It's pretty badass.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think that was make-believe. I don't think that was a documentary.
Oh, it will be.
I don't know.
The Boy Scouts officially changed their name to Scouting America
Yeah,
on
what's that all
Saturday.
about? What happened there?
Well, so it's not just boys, so it can be everybody.
Oh.
They waited for their 115th anniversary on February 8th to make it official. Here's and don't forget they had to rebrand because they were touching buttholes.
Yeah, it's true.
Here's CEO Roger Crone talking about how it's a butthole touching free zone.
The argument that I make with the people that say, well, I always like Boy Scouts of America or BSA, why do we have to change? Membership is at historic lows. Part of my job is to reduce all the barriers I possibly can for people to accept us as an organization and to join.
I'm not being paranoid, but I'm not sure I enjoy the tone of that guy's voice.
The music behind it really does it for me.
A little ominous with that voice.
It's like the
you can trust me. No, I swear. We go into the woods. I swear you can trust me. Dun dun dun.
It's like taking the trolley to Make Believe Land in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
The argument that I make with the people that say, well, I always like Boy Scouts of America or BSA, why do we have to change?
A lot of
membership is at historic lows.
Yeah, I don't need the ice cream truck music behind the creepy guy telling me what the name of the new Boy Scouts is going to be. Sure,
we need to work on your branding,
let
buddy.
A kid within a mile of that guy.
Swing and a miss here, guys.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, ooh.
Oh. Jesus, now I can't unhear it. Now I can't unhear it. Ah. Oof. Not good. Just keeps getting worse. I swear to God, it keeps getting worse.
Right. Yeah, I know.
So now the girls, they can coexist together and camp and things.
Yeah,
All right, that's all right.
So yeah, they announced the change 9 months ago.
Can you do a square knot?
Probably if you showed me.
What class was I in? We learned knots. We were doing a history thing on pirates and stuff. And part of the thing was we got to learn how to make knots.
What was the?
And my dad was in the Navy. He's like, oh yeah, there's a square two-eyed knot. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, how dare you call my mother that? No, he's
like, no, she's the balloon knot.
And I've had nightmares ever since about my mother's balloon knot that I can't unsee. So, no, this is okay. Who's not cool with this? I'm sure we have to. I'm sure we got to. Where do I go? Who do I see? I don't know whether to be pissed off or not.
Somebody with a baseball cap in their truck is mad.
I don't know whether to be angry or not. Let me turn on the news.
Tell me what to do.
News, tell me what to do. No, they're going to say the Boy Scouts are for the boys and the girls are for the girls. And if you want to do a thing, different skill sets. I don't know. At that point, though, in your life, aren't skill sets pretty much even? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I think they needed more people to join. Was
gotcha.
The root of it
They're
because they were going
soften up the image. Sure.
Yeah. Well,
the ice cream truck music ought to help.
They were having problems with their campovers.
Seems to be a war on boys in this country. I don't know about that.
So they did the policy change in 2018, allowing girls to join the program. And then they started to allow gay youth in 2013. That's weird.
I think it was
and did a blanket ban on gay adult leaders in 2015.
Well, we need a parent on the phone that's I need some perspective on. I don't have a kid in the fight, so I don't know. I don't know
why we're bringing sexuality into this.
I think they want to. It's the word boy is your problem.
Yeah,
it's too inclusive. But there's Girl Scouts.
They do different things.
They trying to save money on logo on.
I think
on stationery. What are they trying to do?
Well, I think they're kind of two different things, aren't they? I don't know.
I mean, it would seem like it wouldn't be a bad idea to combine them, but I don't know what the arguments would be. The fact that you've got boys and girls together in the woods. I don't know how the.
Well, there seemed to be problems when it was just boys in the woods. So I don't really know that your argument is that solid.
Where the problem. That's where the problem started. Back in old creepy 1972.
And there was a ban against gay leaders. Well, you had a problem when it was straight leaders, buddy.
I think I was trying to think if I had a daughter. But I don't know what the new norms are. I don't know in this little weird world we're living in. I don't know if we're more accepting of combining forces and what's mine is yours. I don't know. I don't know what the kids are up to.
I don't know either. I mean, I think isn't it just because it has?
But they're affiliated. It's all one. It's under one. Name, right? Scouting in America.
Well, the Girl Scouts are still doing their own thing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like they combine the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's what I was asking.
The Boy Scouts just became Scouting America.
Okay. And the Girl Scouts are still the Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now...
Right. Well, I'm talking out my ass.
And now anybody can join Scouting America.
Okay.
So...
Why couldn't you join before? I'm confused.
You just couldn't. It's just the way it was.
Okay.
They started letting girls join in 2018. But it was,
The Boy Scouts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
that's for more...
listen, they had to rebrand after they were caught
yes.
molesting.
Right.
Let's just say it the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
For Christ's sake.
And they, if I remember, they moved those scout leaders around too, like a certain organization over across the.
You can say it. The Catholics.
Hey, it's.
You can say it.
Awfully early
they
for that.
They just move them around.
Awfully early for that. Look at the time. Look at the time. No.
Yeah, there was a cover up for sure.
Gender separation in the Scouts. Here we are.
Yeah. Well, they did get more than 15,000 Scouts that joined when it became that girls could join too.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Whatever.
Boy Scouts to Scouting America. All right.
It's good. Let's get kids freaking outside, for Christ's sake.
All right.
Now it's just a problem of finding people to be leaders that aren't weird.
Yeah,
touching kids.
it seems like though kids would be the ones not caring what the hell it's called. It just but it's more of an image problem with old
touchy,
creepy dudes,
handsy people.
Yeah, I mean this is where we're working from, right?
Right.
From that problem.
Right.
All right. And then the kids always get screwed in the end, anyways. It seems like.
Verbiage, John.
But
replay today the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
Today happens to be National Poop Day.
Ooh.
Give me PC2. I have a little song.
Oh, poop, 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 poop.
Jam.
Poop, poop, poop. Poop, 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 poop. Poop, 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 poop.
That guy giving Art Paul Schlosser a run for his money.
Man.
Love it.
Some real emotion in there. National Poop Day is a lighthearted holiday that aims to celebrate the natural bodily function of going number 2.
Right after Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
Wow, what are the odds?
It encourages people to have a open conversation about your bowel movement.
Sunday. Mozzarella sticks, sloppy joes, nachos, cheapest beer you can buy. God, what could go wrong today?
Oh, my God. Poop Day. Why I never.
How gosh. Poop. How dare you? What kind of lady are you? Saying poop on the radio. My goodness.
Now I have
I expected
contradicting
more.
days.
Oh,
I
you
have.
do?
Yeah, one source says today is National Poop Day, but another source says that it's February 13th.
I think you ought to call it, a day after Super Bowl, it should be called Massive Dump Day. I think you're underestimating the power of nachos and mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
And deep fried pickles.
There's a lot at play there, dude.
Where were we? We just had the pickles. Were we somewhere? Where were we? Crunchy deep fried pickles. Where were we? Was that with you?
No.
Where the hell were we? It might have been Daly's.
Daly's has great pickles.
Oh, they were so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
and then the day after I go, goodbye, pickle.
Yeah.
Goodbye, my little pickly friend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's never goodbye. It's see you later.
Stop. So depending on what calendar you're following, maybe you're celebrating Poop Day today, or maybe you're going to celebrate it on the 13th. Either way, get a conversation going about your number 2s.
Wow.
I think we need to. We had that guy on. I can't remember the book that he wrote, but he was all about talking about your poops, and he called it being part of the movement. Be part of the movement. And I always loved that because people don't talk about it.
No.
And there's a lot of shame,
Well,
and then people
try me.
You know,
I'm an open book.
People like hold it in too long, and then that's bad for you.
Talking about it or the actual?
The actual pooping.
How many times a day you get for?
It depends.
If I may.
Undergarments. It all depends.
Like schedule and diet, or what? Are you pretty much on schedule? I'm pretty much on schedule.
It depends. If I have a salad, it's lettuce in, lettuce out. So
once an hour, every hour.
Like there's a lot of factors at play. Am I hydrated?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Right. That's huge.
Have I had my roughage? Like now that Jesus Christ, you guys. Now that I'm not in my 20s, it's like you have to be like, okay, I need to eat an apple or things are going to be rough.
Yep, there you go.
You know, the hell. But I know people have it worse than me, and it seems to be a lot of women, but maybe it's men too. Maybe women just talk about it more.
Yeah.
And I think, and this is just a working theory I have, and I have no medical basis for this at all, but I think it might be because
It's never stopped us before.
it never has. Because women will hold their poo in out of shame, not wanting to poop in front of their significant other or at work or whatever.
Poop on the company dime.
Yeah. And then they'll get backed up or whatever, but you're kind of training your body, right?
Yeah.
And so then it becomes more difficult to poo even when you would like to poo freely.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, totally. Well,
Sounds like a psychological war.
Right, totally. And if we would just be free with our pooing, then this would never happen.
I've never put that much thought into it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just...
Yeah. I know, but you're a free pooer.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was another...
Oh, yeah, there's people that are shameful pooers.
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's people that don't like pooing at work.
Yeah.
For some... but that's usually more of a cleanliness...
I know somebody that was married for like 30 years.
Germaphobe.
And they would go into a different floor, a different bathroom to poo. Their husband never smelled one of their farts or walked into one of their poo clouds. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you where you'll lose that shame. We were just in Dominican Republic on vacation, and I don't know if you know these new resorts. There's no doors.
Yeah.
There's like an opaque.
There's no fan.
There's no fan. It's quiet, and it's like half a door. It's not even a door. It's like a partition, opaque.
Yeah.
But you can see feet.
Right.
And you can clearly hear everything. I mean, there's no running away unless you go down to the lobby.
Right.
Everybody within that floor is going to know your business. There is no fan.
It's happening.
So you either turn on the TV or I turn on the faucet. I don't know what you do, but boy, they don't make it very private anymore.
It's happening. It's happening, and everybody's going to know.
Why is that?
I don't know. Maybe they're part of the movement, and they're forcing other people into it.
Well, I think they're doing it for design.
Yeah.
Why add a whole door when you can put on half a door? I mean, I do that over 1,000 rooms.
You're saving money.
Probably save $100,000.
Right.
I don't know.
And they're like, these assholes think it's because of aesthetics.
Don't say anything. Anyways, there's nothing like laying there at 7 a.m. and you hear, and then you hear, sorry, it's all right, honey, we're married, it's fine, still love you, and then you got the resort food. They ought to have a box fan in there for you at that point,
right? Well, that's what the poopery's good for.
Yeah,
too,
I don't understand that. It seems like they're opening it up more and more every time you go to a newer resort.
Yeah.
It's why even put a door? I don't know. Just have an open toilet there, but
right. It's going to be like prison soon. We're just all pooping in front of each other.
Yeah.
Just one main toilet. Hi, everyone.
Strangest thing ever. Strangest thing ever. But yeah, I don't know. Normal for me. I know two-ish.
Yeah, 2-ish feels about right.
In there somewhere.
Some days more than others.
Not a proud man. I don't care.
No. And then, I don't know.
It's usually the ish that's a little quirky and questionable. I gotta be careful I don't wear white golf shorts when I get to the ish.
Yeah.
But the two are good. The two are fine.
Well, then it gets scary when I don't have one at all.
Yes.
If that happened to me, I was like, I didn't poop yesterday. And I was panicking. What's going on?
She's going to blow. Hey, do you know we're not, we don't wipe our butts right? Did you know that?
I've read about that, yeah.
It is the one thing you should immediately stop doing when wiping, according to an anal surgeon. Dr. Evan Goldstein says, you've probably heard that few things in life are certain except death taxes, but we'd like to add something else, cleaning up in a bathroom and wiping. The perfect method of wiping is not wiping. Nationally renowned anal surgeon Dr. Evan Goldstein told us of the podcast, Am I Doing It Wrong? When we recently chatted with him. When you're looking at someone's anus, to the left and the right are these wrinkles, like an accordion.
Oh, yeah, I'm aware.
I call it the weave. And
I call that the corduroy patch.
it opens, it closes, Goldstein, the front and the back, towards the vagina, towards the penis, and the tailbone. The skin there is not wrinkled. It's very thin. When we wipe, where do we wipe? Usually front to back.
That's ideal,
Unless you're getting crazy. Thin skin.
Right.
We all wipe so much, so what happens over time? People tear the skin, it gets irritated, it gets angry at us. Instead of wiping, he suggests cleaning the area without toilet paper. They are huge bidet fans.
Dude, here we are at the bidet.
Because it can thoroughly wash the anus without harming it. He also recommended a quick shower or a rinse if you don't own a bidet. And you'll always want to make sure you're drying yourself off because moisture in that area can cause irritation. So you got to spread the cheeks and, get up in there.
Yeah, you don't.
It's one of the reasons that wet wipes are wildly popular. But they don't like wet wipes because they're not only for the environment, for your hole. There are so many companies out there throwing wipes, I think they should all be banned. I see 90 people a week, and I would say 1/3 of them coming through are coming in from wet wipe-induced issues.
What's the induced issue?
Well, the irritation. Swelling. I don't
Sorry
know.
about your butthole.
Itching. Swelling and itching. The two words I keep hearing as I get older, and I'm getting sick of it.
Dr. Seymour Butts.
We have good bacteria, we have bad bacteria, but they're in homeostasis. They're in equilibrium.
Yeah.
Wet wipes screw that up in a really bad way.
Sure. Yeah.
I see ridiculous dermatitis, bacterial infections.
I get it. Yeah.
Because you mess up the microbiome.
Yeah.
Man, you didn't know your butt had so many freaking
bacteria.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
He says to blot more than wipe and do it in a standing squat because there's less blood flowing to that part of the body when you're standing, and that means less potentially problem-causing pressure on the anus.
What's a standing squat?
Well, it would be like this, except I'm sitting, but I'd be squatting. You know, like you're at a squat rack. The longer you're sitting on the bowl, the more blood that flows.
Just a squat?
Yeah. Yeah, like you're like in the sumo position.
Oh, okay.
And then you blot.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, so you poop, wipe, blot, and the blood starts to leave when you stand up.
Well, I ain't got no.
Yeah, it's a lot of logistics. It's a lot of things.
I feel like I'm doing okay.
I feel like somebody's gonna.
I feel like my butthole's been all right. Them wipes are the devil, though.
I feel like if I walked in on something like that, I'd be horrified.
You know? Yeah, I'd be like, listen, it's not what it looks like. I'm just blotting my butthole.
I'm sorry, are you blotting? Because I've never actually seen it. You're very delicate. Oh. Yeah. I think I'll just keep doing it wrong for a while. I don't know. See, I remember the Romans used to have the thing on the stick, like a leaf or something. On
yeah.
The stick,
Yeah.
So, sell
dude,
sticks. I don't.
The bidet.
The bidet.
Uh-huh.
So, that seems to be the answer.
Totally.
Everybody's coming up bidets.
And I'm just going to take this time to let everybody know, the gentle reminder, none of the wipes are flushable.
Right,
Even if they say flushable on them.
That's what starts the sewer. Fatbergs.
Yep,
That's
totally.
what they don't go anywhere.
Also, Quilted Northern is the devil. It will clog your pipes up. Thank you. This brought to you by Greg's Roto-Rooter.
Yeah, I think you're still convincing people to shoot water up your butt. I think people are... I don't know if they're afraid of it, but I think they're more afraid of doing something wrong with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like getting it where it's not supposed to go. I don't know.
Dude, once you have it, once you've experienced the bidet, you're going to be like, yes, this is the key to happiness, to a nice butthole. This is everything. Who wants to be in a standing squat? And nah.
Well, blotting.
Walk in on this.
Blotting is not going to probably solve my immediate issues some occasions, but I understand what they're saying.
Yeah. Well, how rough are people back there? Jesus Christ, take it easy.
Maybe
man.
it's just one of those things after the Super Bowl that just add up to bigger problems. Hi, how's it going?
Hey, so a couple of things. Imagine if America had those squatting toilets like China and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You'd never spend a half hour on your phone anymore because you couldn't sit there squatting.
Right.
Your legs would go numb. You'd fall in the hole.
Right. I mean, they're trying to do. That's what they want to do with airplane seats too. They want to put them in those squatting positions. You see that new airplane seat?
Yeah.
Want to take the pressure off your hips and your anus.
So then the bidet, that you always hear European people, oh, you're using toilet paper? Well, they use a bidet. They spray their ass with water. Then what? Just pull up their underwear? What do you dry your ass with?
No, there's a dryer blower.
Yeah.
There's a blower on it.
There's a blower in the bidet, too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So they don't use any kind of wipe at all.
I know. That's the hump you got to get over. I think people don't understand it. And
how do you know it's clean? How do you know if the bidet got it all?
Well,
you know.
Stick your finger down there and pull it back up.
Is there a mirror down there?
I don't know, dude.
You feel it. It's whiskey clean.
Yeah. I think you'll understand.
You feel it? I don't know, man. I've pulled up my pants a couple of times and we're like, oh, I missed something.
Even after a good wipe. Yeah, all right. I hear you, dude. I don't know.
We are so comfortable with each other. We are so comfortable.
Wiping, you're just smearing. So I mean, what's worse? It's still there.
Right.
You know? Oh yeah, he's not there. He's had enough.
Right.
See? This is what happens when we start talking about this stuff. Panic sets in. And now everybody's back there going, well, I don't know what to do. Yeah, I think we are. I feel like this country is a long, long way off from Team Bidet.
I know.
Not only are they expensive, but I don't think people trust them. And I think people say, well, what makes a difference? I still got to dry it.
Right.
So I think that's where the problem is.
I don't know.
But
once you experience a luxurious bidet, it's life changing.
I've had it. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It takes some getting used to.
The first one, you're like, ooh. Yep.
The JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.